How to pick a niche. So this video is for you if you don't even have a clue on what type of problem you should be looking on how to solve. When it comes to picking a niche, there's only a few things that I rely on. The first one is Amazon bestsellers. The second is ClickBank. The third is For Dummies titles. And the fourth is Reddit. So you can use any one of these four to help you come up with that first problem that you would like to solve and start making money with. So using Amazon bestsellers to help you find a problem to solve. I go to Google and type in Amazon bestsellers and I find this link right here. And it's going to take you to this page. And then specifically at this page, I click on books. And then on books, they have these subcategories here. So then I might click on something like health, fitness, and dieting. And then in health, fitness, and dieting, they have even further subcategories. So I might click on addiction and recovery. And at this point, I can get even down more specifically into problems related to certain types of addiction and recovery. I can also start looking at bestsellers in health recovery and get an idea potentially of a problem that I can solve. And here's one right here, Eat to Live. And I can click on that. And not only could I look inside this book, but one of the things I first do is click on all customer reviews. And then I click on all customer reviews down here, and I sort them by all critical. And then I can read here, and I can already start looking at problems to solve. And we break that down a little further on in this module. A second place that I like to look is ClickBank in the marketplace up here. And by clicking on marketplace, once you go to clickbank.com and log in, they organize these by categories. So if I click on a category like home and garden, then they show me immediately the highest quote-unquote converting offers. And I can go and I can click on some of these. I can also then look under the subcategories here as well. So here's problems related potentially to dog training, how to build a chicken coop, boat plans, Tiberium grow dome, aquaponics, cat spraying no more, etc., etc. And this is very, very simple. And there's lots of different subcategories here and then categories within categories that can help guide you to find that broad problem and then break down to a more specific problem as we discuss in the training. Another way to pick a niche is to use For Dummies. I still use Amazon.com, but I just type in For Dummies by itself and then I hit search. And then I specifically filter books only. And there's 39,071 different results for books. And they typically will sort it by what they refer to as most relevant. And that doesn't really matter. They also break down categories underneath books. So here's books, and here's all the categories. And then each book that's within a certain category. So if you wanted to click on books and then click on business and money, it's now going to filter only search results for dummies in Amazon that are in the category books in the subcategory business and money. And then once we get in here, and some of these aren't accurate, like Scrum for Dummies, penny stocks is though, managing your money, personal finance, and potentially some other areas here that you can get some insight on. And then what I like to do to even get a broad problem even more specifically, we can take on project management, for example, and then we can click Look Inside, click on the table of contents, and we can look at some of these parts. And then we can even look at some of the specifics here. And that might help guide us from a broad problem and then break it down ourselves to that into a more specific problem. Lastly, I can use a site called redditlist.com and I can look at what has the most subscribers or even the most growth in the last 24 hours. And I like to go deep. So I like to start at, say, page 7 here. So these are subreddits that have 50,000 subscribers. And some of these are just interesting things that get people excited. So they don't really help a lot. But then there's some certain things that might trigger an idea. And so if we look at some of these, and I'm going to keep scanning until something that pops out at me and gets me excited to want to know more. So here's one, guitar lessons. So we click on guitar lessons. And then we see, is there anything here on the left-hand side that might be interesting? And if not, is there anything on the right-hand side that might give us inspiration? And we see here, hey, there's another subreddit. There's other subreddits down here. So we might be able to click on strumming patterns, for example. And then we might be able to see, is there anything more insight here that we could potentially do that can give us an idea of a potential product that we have? So like a problem is like, how do you play guitar and learn new songs? Is there any basic strumming patterns that will work with a variety of different potential songs? So somebody that's brand new at a guitar, by just learning these strumming patterns, could immediately go out and impress somebody. So there you have it when it comes to picking a niche. Really, any one of these four work. One of my favorites is just the Amazon bestsellers. ClickBank is a good alternative as well. 4Dummies is also fantastic. Reddit takes a little bit more creativity, but sometimes you can stumble upon things that nobody else sees. And this will help you if you are completely lost and have no other idea of where to start to find a problem. Here's your solution right here in this video that you just watched.